Hello everyone, so before I start, I just want to say this election I took months to make. Literally, I spent all of March, April, and most of May doing this. That's why I've been uploading inputs of school and stuff. So, may I present to you the election night in America 2024, Joe Biden versus Mike Pence. Let's start with the approval ratings of each leader. In the approval of President Biden, 51% approve of the job of President Biden, while 44% disapprove. In the approval of former Vice President Pence, 48% disapprove, 47% approve. In the approval of Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy, 50% disapprove, 40% approve. And approval of Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, 35 approve, 53% disapprove. Let's get right into our 7 p.m. poll closings. Let's get into what we need to do. In the United States House, Democrats must pick up 10 Republican seats to retake control of the House. In the United States Senate, Republicans must pick up 3 seats, or 2 if Pence wins the White House. Let's get right into our 7 p.m. poll closings. With Vermont, 3 electoral votes. It goes to the President of the United States. So does Virginia, and its 13 electoral votes goes to the President of the United States. Kentucky, with its 8 electoral votes goes to the former Vice President. In Indiana, the former Vice President takes his home state. In South Carolina, it's too early to call with Biden and Pence in the lead. In Georgia, it's too close to call Biden in the lead. On the road to 370, Pence holds a 30-vote lead of 19-16. And let's get into the Senate. In Virginia, Tim Kaine wins re-election. In Vermont, David Zuckerman will succeed Bernie Sanders. In Indiana, Mike BRAUN wins re-election. Here's a road to 51 Senate seats. Republicans have 39 of just Indiana, and Democrats have 31, which is Vermont and Virginia. It's now 7:40 p.m. We can now project West Virginia will go to the former Vice President and 4 electoral votes. In South Carolina, 9 electoral votes goes to Vice President Mike Pence. In North Carolina, 16 electoral votes. Pence holds the lead. Ohio, 17 electoral votes. Too close to call, Biden holds the lead. In Georgia, too close to call, Pence holds the lead. On the road to 270, Pence expanded his electoral vote lead to 32 votes. Biden still at 16. On the Senate map, West Virginia and Ohio are too close to call, so it's 39-31, no changes. It's now 8 o'clock in the East. We can now project Tennessee goes to Mike Pence. So does Missouri, Alabama, Mississippi, 6 votes. Oklahoma in 7. Illinois, 19 electoral votes goes to the President of the United States. The President of the United States also carries Massachusetts 11 electoral votes and Maine 3 of 4. Maryland, 10 electoral votes goes to the former Vice President of the United States, and Rhode Island goes to Biden as well. Connecticut goes to Biden. Delaware, the President's home state, goes to Biden. The President of the United States also carries New Jersey, 14 electoral votes. And he also carries the District of Columbia, 3 electoral votes. On the road to 270, Florida, Pennsylvania, and New Hampshire are too close to call. The President has just taken the lead, 90-75. In the United States Senate, Elizabeth Warren, the first person to announce their Senate race back in 2021. She returns to the Senate. Delaware, Tom Carper returns. In Maine, Independent Angus Keene will return. He will caucus with the Democrats as always. In Connecticut, Chris Murphy returns. Anthony Brown will succeed Ben Cardin. He goes to the United States Senate. In Rhode Island, Sheldon Whitehouse will go back to the United States Senate. In New Jersey, Bob Menendez goes back easily after facing a huge tough challenge in the primaries in 2018. In Tennessee, Marsha Blackburn goes back to the United States Senate. In Mississippi, Roger Wicker goes back. And the road to 51. Democrats have 38, Republicans have 41. The new states added to the too close to call are Pennsylvania, Missouri, and Florida. It's now 8:30 p.m. and we got some major projections. In Arkansas, 6 electoral votes the former vice president has carried, and he is now at 81. This race is becoming a nail biter. Biden still holds a lead though. And then here we go. Joe Manchin goes down. Republicans take down Joe Manchin. It's 26% in here in West Virginia, but we have enough information to call the challenger James C. Justice over Senator Joe Manchin. And with that, the U.S. Senate Republicans will now need 2 pickups to go for McConnell to become the majority leader. On the road to 51, Republicans now have a R+1 with West Virginia. That brings them up to 42 to 38 for the Democrats. It's now 9 o'clock. We can now project that Republicans have retained control of the United States House of Representatives. Kevin McCarthy will remain Speaker of the House of Representatives. Hakeem Jeffries will remain Minority Leader. And with New York, we can project that the President of the United States will carry here. So he does also carry New Hampshire 4 electoral votes. Colorado 10 electoral votes goes to President Biden. So does New Mexico 5 electoral votes. In the state of Kansas, Mike Pence will go in there. Nebraska 4 to 5 electoral votes Mike Pence will carry. In Wyoming 3 electoral votes goes to Mike Pence. Louisiana 8 electoral votes goes to Mike Pence. North Dakota 3 electoral votes goes to Mike Pence. So does South Dakota. On the road to 270, Biden now expands his lead to 29 electoral votes. 137 Biden, 108 Pence. In New York, Kirsten Gillibrand will return in New York. Minnesota, Amy Klobuchar will go back. In New Mexico, Martin Heinrich will go back. In Nebraska, Deb Fischer, the second senator to announce a re-election bid in 2021, has gone back. Kevin Kramer has gone back. Wyoming, John Barrasso has gone back. On the road to 51 is 45 Republicans, 41 Democrats. Added to the too close to calls are Michigan, Wisconsin, Texas, and Arizona. It's now 9:14 p.m. We can now project Ohio, Michigan. In Ohio, Mike Pence has carried Ohio 17 electoral votes. On the road to 270, that is what we have in right now. On the road to 270, it's now a 12 electoral vote race. It's Biden 147, Pence 125. Here you go. In Michigan, Debbie Stabenow will win her race. On the road to 51, Democrats now have 42, Republicans have 45. It's now 10 p.m. We can now project that Utah will go to Mike Pence. So does Montana. On the road to 270, this race is very close. Biden 137, Pence 135. In Utah, we can project that Mitt Romney has returned to the United States Senate. Let's take a look at Ohio Senate. 92% in. We got Sarah Brown, the incumbent senator, versus Jim Jordan, the House Judiciary Committee chair. And it's Brown with a lead at this point. We have to see how the rest of the vote turns out, but right now, Brown is trending as the winner. On the road to 51, it is 42-46. Republicans still hold that edge. However, we are now starting to get to the west as battlegrounds are the ones remaining. It's now 10:12 p.m. We can now project 2 more Senate races in Minnesota. In Minnesota, 10 electoral votes. The President of the United States has carried that state. In the road to 270, Biden re-expands his lead to 12 with Minnesota in his column. Pence is at 145. In Pennsylvania, Bob Casey has returned to the United States Senate. And Josh Hawley, re-elected. He faced a tough challenge. He is going back. He's expected to defeat Galloway by about 12 points or so, but this is a close race so far. On the road to 51, it's 47-43. No net changes, no pickups yet for either side since the West Virginia call. It's now 10:47. We can now project Iowa will go through the former vice president, 6 electoral votes. On the road to 270, it's now back down to 6. Pence 141, Biden 147. And here we go, major key race. Sherrod Brown re-elected. That's a huge blow to the Republican agenda. He defeats Jordan by 0.9%. Here's the map to 51, 44 for Democrats, 40. Here we go. The next, we got more states to call. It's 11 p.m. Idaho will go to Mike Pence, 4 electoral votes. California goes to the President of the United States, 54 electoral votes. So does Washington, 12 electoral votes, and Oregon, 8 electoral votes. Hawaii, 4 electoral votes, goes to the President of the United States. On the road to 270, the President of the United States has hugely expanded his lead, 225 to 145. Biden has been in the lead since 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Pence almost overtook him with the call in Ohio, but Pence is now at 145. In Washington State, Maria Cantwell has returned for another 6 years. Hawaii, Mazie Hirono will return for another 6 years. In California, Ro Khanna takes down Dianne Feinstein in the 2 Democratic race. In the road to 251, 47-47, it's just now down to the battlegrounds of Wisconsin, Montana, Florida, Texas, Arizona, and Nevada. It's now 11:15 p.m. We can project Florida, 30 electoral votes goes to Vice President Mike Pence. Huge win. On the road to 270 is now 225 Biden, 175 Pence. In Wisconsin, Tammy Baldwin will return to another 6 years. In Nevada, Jackie Rosen will go back for another 6 years. Looking at this, he defeats Adam Laxalt by a huge margin. Bill Nelson has defeated Rick Scott, a huge blow to the Republicans. He has won that seat back by 0.8%, but it's enough. And on the road to 51, Democrats are at 50. If Biden wins re-election, then it's over. If Pence wins it, then we have to wait on the 3 remaining states. It's now 12:14 p.m. We can now project a huge win for the President of the United States. Michigan, 15 electoral votes will go to the President of the United States. And that now puts the President of the United States 30 votes away from re-election, while Pence is at 175. Let's take a look at the 3 remaining Senate seats. Here in Texas, we will be starting at Julian Castro versus Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz has taken the lead. Castro has been in the lead all night. Cruz leads by 1.2 percentage points. In Montana, Congressman Ryan Zinke versus John Tester, the incumbent Senator. Zinke being the former Trump administration official and representative from Montana 2nd since 2022. He leads at Senator Tester. Fun fact, Zinke's seat went to the Democrats this round, being a pickup. In Arizona Senate, we got Paul Gosar versus Kyrsten Sinema. This is a close race. We'll keep our eye on it. Here we go. We got 50-47 is the balance of power in the United States Senate. We're just waiting on a Biden call or a Democratic win in one of the 3 states. It's now 1 a.m. We can now project that North Carolina, a huge win for Pence. He wins there in North Carolina, 16 electoral votes, and Alaska, 3 electoral votes. On the road to 270 is now 194 Pence, 240 Biden. It's now 1:17 a.m. We can now call it the 2 congressional districts. In Nebraska 2nd, it is a pickup. Mike Pence has won there, and it's the first pickup. And in Maine, 2nd district is a narrow hold for Republican Pence. On the road to 270 is now 196 Pence, 240 Biden. It's now 2:23 p.m. and we can now project. Texas, 40 electoral votes goes to Mike Pence. Pennsylvania, 19 electoral votes goes to the President of the United States. On the road to 270, Biden just needs Arizona or Georgia to win this election. Pence is at 236. In Texas, this is the huge win. Ted Cruz takes re-election. He defeats Julian Castro. This is a huge win for the Republicans. They needed Cruz to have a chance at holding the majority. Cruz narrowly wins re-election here. In the state of Montana, it is John Tester going down to defeat by Ryan Zinke. there's not enough Democratic support in the eastern part of Montana for Tester to overrun the eastern part of Montana's Republican lean. It is ZINKE winning by 10.3 percentage points. A Republican gain on the road to 51. Here we go. It's a Republican +1 net gain, with West Virginia and Montana flipping to Republicans. However, Florida going to the Democrats. That really damaged the chances for Republicans to win the Senate back. They need to win Arizona in order to take back the Senate, or Pence to win. And they have to win the White House and Arizona to retake control of the Senate. It's now virtually impossible for the Republicans to retake the Senate. It's now 5:14 p.m. We can now project Arizona, Wisconsin in the presidential level. Well, folks, it's that time. We are now officially ready to project a winner in the presidential race. Joseph R. Biden Jr. has been re-elected President of the United States. And with that, Democrats retain control of their Democratic majority in the Senate. We cannot project those wins because of Arizona going to Biden and Wisconsin going to Pence. We could project that Biden has hit 270, and with that, the election, President Biden re-elected the President of the United States. He is expected to have less electoral votes than his first election. The third president in a row. Trump had 306 in his first election. And of course, when Biden was elected, Trump had 232. Biden had 306 at his first election. Biden now has 270. The max he can have is 292. And in 2008, Obama had like 365. And Obama got 332 in the second run. It is too close to call, however, in the Arizona Senate race. We'll be keeping an eye on it. And with that, 50-49 with Biden re-elected, it is a Democratic Senate. It's 7:13 in the morning right now. We can now project Nevada, 6 electoral votes going to the President of the United States, expanding this win to 270. 6 to Biden's 246. It is too close to call in the Arizona Senate race. It is 0.03% between Paul Gosar, the challenger, Kirsten Sinema, the incumbent. Sinema has the lead. Let's take a look at it. It is 940 votes separating Gosar and Sinema. On the road to, it's 9:10 p.m. We can now project AM. We can now project the final presidential state. It is Georgia. 16 electoral votes goes to the President of the United States. And this completes our electoral map. 292 Biden, 246 Pence. Pence flipped the state of Wisconsin in Nebraska's 2nd district. In Arizona Senate, Sinema has expanded the lead again to 0.08%. And with her lead at now almost at 1,300 votes. It's 12:18 p.m. the next day after the election. We can now project Sinema re-elected, the United States Senator from Arizona. She defeated Gosar by 1.16% of the vote, and it is by 2,900 votes. And this is our completed Senate. Republicans have a net of 1. Democrats 51-49. That's our new Senate. Thank you for watching today's election night. It's been sorry for not uploading much, but this will be the first video back. I don't know if this will be the first video back, but I'll have a bunch of videos planned now. It's summertime. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.